The Niagara River Lions getting set to take on the London Lightning here at the Meridian Center. Matt Latour, Zach Dadson, Serene Elkogali on the call. Serene, Zach, this is a London team that's gotten the better of the River Lions the last 4 times they've met. Zach, a new addition tonight for Niagara. It's Sam Muldrow. Fans will remember him from last season. He's a defensive presence that this team really needs right now.
Well, Sam Muldrow is the all-time blocks leader at the University of South Carolina, where he played his undergraduate degree program, basketball. I think it's going to be a really big, important addition for this team that has been struggling since Logan Stutz and Mike Allison have both been out of the lineup for over a week now. And so Sam Muldrow is going to provide some, hopefully, strong defensive presence inside the paint.
And another thing Sam Muldrow is very good at, and especially for big, is the three-point shooting. Last season with the River Lions, he shot 43% from beyond the arc. Not many guys that are, 6'9", 6'10", and taller can do that. Serene, we've seen this team struggle with the three ball. How much is this going to mean for them, to maybe get a new gasp of air from the three-point arc?
Definitely a new gasp of air, and I think there needs to be a lot of improvement in terms of ball movement, more assists, and they need to stop with the turnovers. The last 2 games we've had issues with the turnovers, so hopefully it's a different night tonight.
Yeah, the turnovers have been the Achilles heel of the River Lions. They're coming off a loss in Orangeville. They played in Orangeville on Sunday. Not an easy game. They got it to a quick start, which we've seen a couple of times from this River Lions team. It's always good to get quick out of the gate as opposed to slow out of the gate. But it's after the first 6 minutes, Zach, where they always seem to stall.
Well, they started so hot against Orangeville. They went 4 for 5 from beyond the arc at the beginning of that game in those first couple of minutes. They went 7 for 27 the rest of the way. So good three-point shooting at the beginning, but it did not lead to good three-point shooting the rest of the way. And this River Lions team is last place in this league with three-point shooting. So if they're going to take three-pointers, it's going to be so important for them to take smart three-pointers and make sure that they're open looks, they're good looks. We've seen Marcus Lewis and Sam Zaklinski knock down some really great three-pointers when there's room on the court, but can't be settling for threes, need to be intentional about the way that they feed their bigs in the paint. We've seen this team be most successful when guys like Kirk Williams Jr. and Chris Commons get fed in the paint frequently and have success down low. So look for the River Lions to focus on getting their bigs involved and look for that assist ratio. The more assists that this team has, the better the ball movement's going to be and the better the play is going to be on the court.
We'll see how the River Lions fare in Sam Muldrow's return to the Meridian Center in a River Lions uniform. Matt Latour, Zach Dadson, Serene Alkogali will have the call following the national anthem and starting lineups.
Fans, here are tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Motion Yoga St. Catherine's Calm Mind, Fit Body, Inspire Life, Motion Yoga. The starting lineup of visiting the London Lightning. Number 44, Ryan Anderson. Number 42, Julian Moore. Number 5, Junior Kuduka. Number 1, Kyle Johnson. And number 3, Royce White. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your very own Niagara Lady Lions, presented by Catholic School of Hairstyling and Aesthetics, to the court. And who's ready to introduce the 2016-2017 River Lions starters tonight? Let's hear your roar, Niagara. Make some noise for your Niagara River Lions. Introducing first, a 6'6" guard from Springwood, Illinois. Give it up for number 12, Marcus Lewis. A 6'7" forward from White Plains, New York. Let's hear it for number 31, Kirk Williams Jr. A 6'9" power forward from Toledo, Ohio. Put your hands together for number 24, Chris Commons. A 6'1" point guard from the city of Brother Love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Fans, number 3, Sammy Zaklinski. And a 6'6" big man from coaches are Ellie Everton and Hiro DiMartino. Head athletic therapist is Emily Thiessen. Strength and conditioning coaches, Kevin Wilson and Laura Tolbert. Trainer, Brooke Rudolph. Chiropractors, Dr. Mark Leslie and Dr. Joe Polino. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, your 2016-2017 Niagara River Lions. Joint officials, Bruce Hubbard, Grace McElroy, and Rob Caporici. And now, fans, please rise and please move your hats for the singing of the Canadian National Anthem, brought to you by Sitel St. Catharines. Tonight we welcome from the band Wild, Krista Gorman.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, hail thy son's command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
The River Lions getting set to take on the London Lightning. NBL Canada action here. Tuesday night game. Not too many of these this season. Matt Latour, Zach Dadson, Serene Elko-Galley on the call. River Lions 1-4 against the London Lightning this season. They haven't won since they took the season opener on Boxing Day out in London. Zach, what are some things the River Lions did well in that game that they can use towards tonight's game?
Well, I think that ball movement was important. You know, they felt very good about finding each other on the court. They were sharing the ball. The success of the team was the success of each individual player. And I think that that's something that you're going to have to see tonight. Too often this season, we've seen the River Lions kind of put their head down, drive into the paint, and you look up, especially we saw this on Sunday against Orangeville. Too many times the River Lions would drive into the paint, and there would be four defenders that were ready to beat them, you know? And so you need to keep your head up, find some good ball movement, and look for that ball to move around and look for those assist numbers to climb tonight. Especially, also look, you know, for, like we said, smarter three-point shooting, more efficient three-point shooting, not necessarily more or less, but just, you know, better looks from beyond the arc.
River Lions with a tough matchup tonight. The London Lightning first place in the NBL Central Division, coming into this one on a 7-game winning streak, including their most recent game, 146-102. That win over Moncton. Kyle Johnson had second place rather, tied for second place NBL points in a single game with 51. He's in the starting lineup tonight for London, as well as Ryan Anderson, Julian Boyd. Looks like Junior Cadogan and Royce White as well. For the River Lions, it's Chris Commons, Kirk Williams Jr., Marcus Lewis, Sammy Ziglinski, and Josiah Moore making his third straight start.
Well, if the River Lions want to be able to start to turn the tide against this London Lightning team and, you know, get a better record than 1-4, it's going to have to happen this week here at the Meridian Center. The Niagara River Lions played London Lightning tonight and also on Thursday evening, so big week here for the River Lions at the Meridian Center.
from KWJ. Royce White gets the first points for the River Lions. Back the other way comes Junior Cadogan. Passes that one off to Kyle Johnson. Up top, Ryan Anderson. Garrett Williamson out of the lineup tonight. Once again for the London Lightning as he's battling a hamstring injury. Richard Amerty out for the River Lions, as well as Logan Stutz and Mike Allison. Nice steal there from Kirk Williams Jr. Back the other way he comes to a trailing Zaglinski. Doesn't have a 3, so he doesn't take it. Pass inside to Commons. Nice move to Marcus Lewis.
Excellent ball movement inside the paint. That's what we're talking about. Wall Ben also out of the lineup for the River Lions today. He too is placed on injured reserve this morning. So the River Lions continuing to be hit by the injury bug, but big Sam Muldrow from USC being added back to the roster.
That 3 way off from Junior Cadogan.
And you know, guys, with the addition of Nadir and Sam, hopefully this team tries to get more adjusted with the new players and gets better ball movement, like we mentioned.
Yeah, that's right. Both of those players seem to be really intentional pickups based on what the team had been needing at those points. You know, more ball movement, better playmaking from the guard positions with Nadir Tharp, and some good inside presence, especially defensively with Sam Muldrow.
The 3-point shooting also a big thing. A big part of Sam Muldrow's game. We saw him hit quite a few threes from the 5 position last year. Ryan Anderson drives to the net, can't get it to go. Back the other way comes Marcus Lewis in a hurry.
That's right. How great were those 8-block, 4 3-pointer games last season from Sam Muldrow?
We saw a couple of them, 2 in the playoffs, I know for sure. Marcus Lewis to the net, he's fouled by Julian Boyd.
So, guys, we didn't mention this, but so the Patriots won the Super Bowl.
I called it.
What happened?
I called it.
All I know is I went home at midway through the fourth quarter. I was like, okay, it's over. We're done. Going home. And then wake up later. What a comeback.
Wake up later and Tom Brady's still the greatest of all time. Anyways, we're not in the football broadcast. We're going to get back to the basketball. Marcus Lewis at the line for his second shot. Makes them both on that trip. River Lions up 6-0 early here. Back the other way comes Junior Cadogan looking to stop the run. Layup passes off. Julian Boyd picks that one up. Marcus Lewis now. He's being guarded by Ryan Anderson tonight to start the night. Lewis runs into an opponent. Waiting on the call from the official. Looks like it'll be a defensive foul.
All things going River Lions way early, as that's the 3rd foul by the London Lightning already here just 2 minutes into the game. River Lions off to perhaps one of their best starts of the season, 6-2 early, of course, still only 2 minutes into the game.
Julian Boyd picking up that last foul.
And what do we think about the starting lineup tonight, guys?
I like it. You know, this is a lineup we've seen a couple games in a row. I really like Josiah Moore in the starting lineup as well.
That's right. Originally, we had seen some other guys kind of float through that role at that second spot. We had Tyshawn Patterson starting a couple of games and some other guards starting in that position. Tyler Murray trying to get the offense going, but I think that by going with somebody like Josiah Moore, who is able to really lock things down from the shooting guard position on a defensive end of things, really allows the rest of the players to do their thing and really focus on offense.
And we've seen with Josiah Moore starting, the last 3 games, that's 3 games where River Lions have gotten into a really good start. They've gotten out to a good start against Windsor. They got into a very good start in Orangeville. 6-2 today. It was a 6-0 start. Josiah Moore's defense really paying dividends early.
Yeah, you can tell he's getting more comfortable with his position, and Coach Gross has a lot of trust in him.
Josiah Moore, the former Tennessee Tech Golden Eagle. Nice contest on that. 3-pointer. Rebounder's up. Cadogan comes up with it, gives it to Ryan Anderson. Slipping there was Marcus Lewis. Shot there from Johnson. That one doesn't fall. Zaglinski now calling for a pick from Commons. Gets one working around, gives it to Commons up top. Doesn't fire the 3. Inside pass, Marcus Lewis!
Great find by Chris Commons. Excellent job from the power forward, feeding the bait. And Marcus Lewis being able to show that great athleticism that has been such an asset for this River Lions team this year.
It's one of the things we don't talk about enough with Chris Commons. We always talk about how good he is inside. He's got tremendous court vision as well. Royce White, that pass way over the top into the second row of the bowl here at the Meridian Center.
Matt, you've talked this year about how Chris Commons, top 25 in this league in almost every category. And just that veteran presence is something that this team didn't necessarily have last year and has been a welcome addition. That guys that not only know how to win, but have won at the National Basketball League of Canada level.
Kirk Williams Jr. coming back the other way, looking for a pass there, gives it to Josiah Moore. Near side wing, Kirk Williams Jr. Marcus Lewis now. Lewis will fire a deep three. That one rims out high, rebound. Marvin Phillips comes up with it. Back the other way comes Cadogan and Anderson playing catch. Cadogan right to the net, tough layup, can't get it to fall. Royce White looking for the putback, couldn't finish.
You know, and there's Josiah Moore right in the mix of things. Well, undersized against Royce White, but you know, causes the interruption and not allowing him to get the putback. Big defensive effort by the River Lions.
Josiah Moore's the guy, he doesn't care if he's giving up size either. He's a very scrappy defender. If he's out there against Royce White, who's probably got about 40, 50 pounds on him, he's not going to back down. Joel Friesen also checking into the game for the London Lightning. He's guarding Josiah Moore. Ziglinski with the ball. 10 to go on the shot clock. Ziglinski off to Commons. Commons will take a shot at Royce White. Spinning floater, can't get it to fall. Rebound is up. Ziglinski poked at it. Ryan Anderson came up with it. Inside pass stolen by Marcus Lewis. Back the other way they come. Inside pass out of the hands of Kirk Williams Jr. A couple of steals on both ends as Royce White will go to work. Passes outside. Wide open three for Joel Friesen. He doesn't find the net.
That's a great look by the London Lightning, and heads up basketball by Royce White, finding Joel Friesen outside of wide alone on the three-point line.
Sammy Ziglinski. Up top for Kirk Williams Jr. Ziglinski gets it back. Takes a look. He's got a deep three. Doesn't fire. Shimmying around. He'll fire from the top. Sammy C.
You know, after two tough games this weekend against Windsor and Orangeville, this has to be the way that this River Lions team wanted to start against the 11-3 London Lightning.
Pass up top. Junior Cadogan will fire a three, looking to answer Ziglinski's. Can't do so. Back the other way comes Sammy Z. Now Joel Friesen trips. Ziglinski will go to the net. Gets pushed off to Marcus Lewis. He'll kick it out. Chris Commons. He's got an open three. Fires. Commons knocks it down.
All things going the River Lions' way to start this game.
See, that's that ball movement we were talking about.
London Lightning starts this game just 1 for 9 from the field. Definitely not the start that they wanted to have in the first 5 minutes. And this River Lions team with a quick 12-point lead, 14-2.
You saw on that last play, Joel Friesen was going to guard Chris Commons. Maybe thought he was going to pass it off. And then that left Chris Commons wide open. You know, he hasn't shot the best three ball so far this season, but when he's wide open like that, I think I could make that shot. Chris Commons, it's an easy shot for him.
Well, and that's the difference. You know, we talked, one of the things I was chatting with Chris Commons after the game on Sunday was not necessarily about the shots, not how many shots the River Lions were taking from beyond the arc, but what is the quality of the shots? And that's the key thing that you want to look at. And so, good quality shot there. We saw Marcus Lewis with a smart shot. We saw Sam Ziglinski go to take a three, draw the fake, take a step, and take a smarter three at the top of the key. So 3 big three-pointers for this River Lions team early in this game. They're being rewarded with a 12-point lead.
6:51 remaining in the first quarter. London Lightning and the Niagara River Lions matching up for already the 6th time this season. London's only played 14 games, more than half of them against the River Lions, and it'll be 7 on Thursday. These two teams back at it again here at the Lions, then Thursday night at 7 p.m. before the River Lions go almost a month without a home game. After that, it's March 7th against the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans. So quite the break for the River Lions. They're going to have 4 or 5 home or away games in that span, but you know, you really got to make the most out of these last 2 home games in front of your crowd, Zach.
Well, and it's not going to be easy with the first place London Lightning coming into town for both of these games, but this is the start of the turnaround for the season. If you want to be able to make some headway, this River Lions team will tell you that, you know, they are the second best team in this division, if not the best. And so they're going to have to start, digging away their 4th place in the division right now. It's games like this against London Lightning here at home at the Meridian Center that are going to be so important for that success.
With our most loyal fans, of course.
Ryan Anderson slips there, gets it back, fires a three, knocks it down. Commons takes a look. Hands that one off, couldn't find anybody. Nice play there by Ziglinski to disrupt the play, but back the other way comes Junior Cadogan. Cadogan off to Anderson. Nice move there. Kick inside, looking for Royce White. River Lions had him guarded.
That's the 4th turnover for the London Lightning already in this game.
Ziglinski working on Friesen. Size mismatch here, but 5 inches of difference. Ziglinski gets around him, kicks it out. Marcus Lewis has got an open three. finishes again. The River Lions are feeling it from beyond the arc.
Already the 5th assist for the River Lions, just halfway into the first quarter.
Marvin Phillips will fire a 3. He knocks down. Remember, last game he was 6 for 8 from beyond the arc here at the Meridian Center. Lewis now. Being watched by Anderson, calls for a pick by Commons, kicks it back to Commons. Kirk Williams Jr. Now to Ziglinski. Takes a look at 3 Lightning guarding him. Working it around. Nice pump fake there by Commons. Knocks down another triple.
What a difference it makes when he's wide open. You know, someone hedged to the corner to try and guard Marcus Lewis and hit a big three-pointer, leaving Chris Commons wide open by himself and makes him pay.
Royce White drawing the foul there on Kirk Williams Jr. Just the first foul of the quarter to the River Lions. 5:14 remaining. Doug Herring Jr. checks in. Now for the London Lightning, he'll take off Junior Cadogan. Court currently being mopped off due to the slip, I believe, from Ryan Anderson before he hit a 3-pointer. Went down quite hard. You see Marcus Lewis slip on that area of the floor as well. Look at Joel Friesen on the inbound. Friesen gives it to Phillips, gets it right back. Friesen back to Marvin Phillips. Anderson, pump fakes, he'll go to the net, kicks it out. Marvin Phillips, 3-pointer. That one's short. Josiah Moore with the defensive board. Royce White steals it. White kicks it out. Anderson, 3-pointer. Finishes. Royce White, there you see the basketball IQ. He has the strength to take it to the net, but he knew to kick it out to a guy like Ryan Anderson, who's so good from beyond the arc. Williams Jr. to Ziglinski. Commons is Moore cutting to the net, goes to Lewis. Lewis trying to shake Anderson, back to Commons. He's open, fires a 3. Trailing defense there by Royce White probably threw him off. Doug Herring Jr. now, down low for White. Right posting, spinning shot up, drew the foul on Chris Commons. We see Sam Muldrow as well as Tyshawn Patterson getting set to check in.
So it's really going to be interesting to see what Sam Muldrow is able to bring to this River Lions team. You know, he may not have the best conditioning. It's his first game. He was in practice a couple days this past week, but welcoming back to the court in the Lions Den, the River Lions crowd here in Fayetteville cheering on Sam Muldrow as he makes his return. It'll be interesting. A lot skinnier of a Sam Muldrow than we're used to seeing here on the River Lions court.
Well, he did spend some time in Germany, I know, during the summer playing there. He played 10 games there, but out there, you know, that EuroLeague is a very fast league. He played for the Ottinger Rockets. So he lost a little bit of weight there. We'll be able to see. We remember his foot speed last year was just a bit of a step behind everybody else. So we'll see how he fares this year. It looks like he'll be matched up with Royce White. Muldrow gets it up, puts the floater up. He's 1 for 1.
Getting involved early, we saw Royce White go to hedge with Kirk Williams Jr. driving into the lane, leaving his man open, and Sam Muldrow making him pay.
Double team there, stolen by Muldrow, stolen back by Doug Herring Jr. Muldrow wearing number 15 this year instead of 32. Speaking of 32s, there's Joel Friesen. He knocks down a triple. Lead cut down to 6 now.
You know, this London Lightning team can get very dangerous when they start making those threes.
Kirk Williams Jr. passes that one off up top. Marcus Lewis, the triple, knocks it down. River Lions are red hot from beyond the arc. Now 5 for 7.
Should we start calling Marcus the three-pointer assassin?
I don't think we can, though, because he likes to hurt the rim a lot, too. Royce White being guarded by Muldrow, goes to the net, goes up, draws the foul on Muldrow. Talk about the defense of Sam Muldrow. It'll definitely be put to the test tonight against arguably the best player in the NBL candidate, Royce White.
Well, and Mike Allison being injured earlier this season was a real blow for this River Lions team because of his lockdown ability on defense. You know, he had led this River Lions team in blocks all of last season until Sam Muldrow was arrived on the court, but really just such a good guy that's in control of his body and able to really disrupt things on the defensive end. So that was a big loss for this team. And then losing Logan Stutz was an offensive loss for this team, and so a really big opportunity here, having Sam Muldrow back in a River Lions uniform, both defensively and for what it's going to mean for the offense.
Kirk Williams Jr. checking out, Chris Commons back in. 2 bigs for the River Lions now. Commons off to Lewis. Lewis to Muldrow. We know he likes the 3-ball. Gives it off to Patterson. Check set there by Muldrow. Nice step back move. Back the other way comes Tyshawn Patterson. What a layup.
Tyshawn Patterson driving through 3 defenders. Caught his man leaning back the wrong way. Off balance. It's so quick with that first step.
Joel Friesen knocks down another triple. He started this game well.
You know, Tyshawn Patterson's been pretty quiet the past few games. That's the Tyshawn Patterson we know, guys.
That's right. Tyshawn is at his best when he's driving into the paint, taking advantage of that athleticism. This is not a guy that you want to see settle for 3-pointers or for jump shots. This is a guy that you want to see driving the paint, and he's done so successfully earlier than this year. Great to see him off to a good start tonight.
Tyshawn Patterson, for the first half of last season, was by far the front runner for the 6th Man of the Year award, and it's easy to see why. A guy like this can come off the bench, play against other bench players, but he's much quicker than anybody else on anyone else's bench. We see Nadir Tharp checking in for the first time tonight, as well as Tyler Murray.
Well, and you know, one of the things that this Riverlions team is struggling for was guys that are able to create plays for themselves and others, and Tyshawn Patterson can certainly create plays for himself with his athleticism, but Nadir Tharp, that was the big reason for this addition, was that Ross Okoli talked about the importance of having a second ball handler that's able to get other guys involved. And, you know, Sammy Zaglinski, of course, we know does such a good job from that front, and Nadir Tharp is going to have the opportunity to do the same.
And, you know, I spoke with Rich after last game, and he was mentioning what Nadir Tharp's strength is. He said he's a floor general. You know, he's able to conduct and direct on the floor, so it makes it a lot easier for everybody around them.
Doug Herring Jr. now. Gives it off. Joel Friesen, he'll head to the net. Nice move. That ball slapped away out to Royce White. 3-point land inside to Phillips. Behind the back pass. Nice defense there by Muldrow to alter that shot.
Great behind the back pass, but great defense by Muldrow.
Nadir Tharp now. Pick set by Commons. He goes around it towards the far side. Gives it to Muldrow. Inside pass for Commons. Battling with a man. Chris Commons to the net. No foul there.
London doing a really good job of defending the Riverlions pick and roll early in this game, not allowing that big man to slip unguarded into the paint.
Long shot there. Rebound collected by Tyshawn Patterson. He'll give it off to Tyler Murray. Approaching the 1 minute remaining mark here in the first quarter, 27-23. The Riverlions up.
You know, the Riverlions have not scored more than 100 points in 5 games. It's been 5 games since they've scored 100 points, and a really good first quarter here, already 27 points. Really starts to change things around. You know, we knew that this team early in the year had the ability to score, and they needed to focus on defense. Then, in the last couple of games, they've done a really good defensive job keeping other teams under 100 points.
Tyshawn Patterson, nice move to the net, draws the foul on Joel Friesen.
And he's going to have a chance to make it 29 with 2 shots at the free throw line.
Royce White having a word with the official after that foul, as does Kyle Julius.
Well, you know, Royce White has caused such an issue for this Riverlions team inside all year in these 6 games that we've played against him. But I think that one of the keys against Royce White is to try and get under his skin and get him a little bit distracted away from the play on the court, arguing with the officials, not happy with things. That's the opportunity you have to get him to lose his focus on the court and be able to take advantage of it.
Tyshawn Patterson misses the first of 2 shots. He's just under 70% on the season from the charity stripe. Second shot for Patterson, makes that one. 50% on that trip. 5-point Riverlions lead. London stripped there, out of bounds. Nice steal there by Tharp, however, it will be London ball on the Niagara baseline. Herring Jr. up to Phillips. Phillips being watched by Commons. Move to the net, Phillips fouled. He'll shoot for a pair. Going to call the foul there on Sam Muldrow. Josiah Moore checks back in for Niagara. He'll take off Tyshawn Patterson.
That's Muldrow's second foul of the quarter. And, you know, one of the things that'll be interesting to watch with him is how much run he's going to get in his first game back. Is that cardiovascular strength there? Is he in game shape from, from an athletic perspective? Obviously, great basketball skill and a real guy that the Riverlions are lucky to have back on the court. But how's he going to be able to last down the stretch here in this game?
Tyshawn Patterson coming back in for Josiah Moore. Not quite sure what happened there. Maybe Grossopole just wanted to have a word with his guard. Moore was on for the 2 foul shots and then taken back off. Muldrow on the inbound. Gives it off to Tharp. Tharp being hounded by Herring Jr. Foul called there, it looks like, on Doug Herring Jr. It's their 5th of the quarter. However, just 30.9 seconds remaining. It'll be a full shot clock for Niagara, so 6 seconds, almost 7 seconds differentiating.
Well, I think it caught Nadir Tharp a little bit off guard by how heavily Herring Jr. was guarding him, coming the ball up the court. Sam Muldrow had to come back and give it a little bit of assistance, but luckily River Lions getting the break and London Lightning picking up the foul.
Inside pass, Commons to the net, finishes.
Chris Commons already with 8 points, 2 rebounds, and here's the most important one, 3 assists.
Herring Jr., shot clock irrelevant, 5 seconds left in the quarter. Kicks it out, Royce White pump fakes the 3, he'll head to the net, he's gotta hurry, gets the shot up, big block there. I believe Sam Muldrow got a piece of it. They're gonna call a foul.
Chris Commons getting called for the charge, or for the block. It looked like he had his feet planted, but not the case as Royce White goes to the line for 2 free throws.
If you're gonna foul anybody on London, it's Royce White, shooting just 55% from the line this season. Can't make the first one on this trip, second shot coming. 0.2 of a second remaining.
I think we need to adopt a hack-a-white strategy.
Goal Friesen and Royce White both can't get the buzzer beater in before time expires. So after one quarter, 30-point quarter for the River Lions over the London Lightning. They're 30-25 early. Zach, a really good quarter for Niagara against the London team that's given them so many issues this year. The key now is, sticking with it. We've seen this team kind of run out of gas towards the second and third quarters this season.
We've seen them start hot and fade. We've seen them start slow and join and increase the momentum down the stretch in these games. But I really have to emphasize that not only scoring 30 points in this first quarter and keeping the London Lightning to under 30 points is such an accomplishment for this River Lions team. They haven't scored more than 100 points in over 2 weeks. They have been letting opposing teams really run up the score on them, especially early in the game. And so really excellent job here controlling this matchup against the London Lightning. Too often when this team falls behind early, it means that they spend the rest of their game trying to catch up. You know what it means? That they don't play their style of basketball. They take more three-pointers than they feel comfortable doing because they feel like they have to get themselves back into it. They force shots. They drive the lane in with 3 or 4 defenders guarding them, to try and play hero ball. And so when you have this 5-point lead here at the end of the first quarter, it just really reinforces the good basketball that you're playing already here in this first quarter. 9 assists for the River Lions in the first 12 minutes.
River Lions and Lightning, both with 5 made 3-pointers. The only difference is London's taking 11, Niagara just 8. River Lions shooting 61% after the first quarter, as opposed to 39% on the Lightning side. So, a good shooting quarter for the River Lions. We've seen this team struggle from 3-point range lately, but it looks like they've really picked it up in this one. But Zach, Serene, we've talked about this so much, this team cannot fall in love with that 3-pointer. If they start to shoot it and they start shooting blanks, they're going to try to shoot themselves out of it. And while they're doing that, that's when you notice the team start to pull ahead.
Well, and that's something that we saw on Sunday afternoon. The team started 4 for 5 beyond the arc. It looked like these were rolling. It looks like they really started to figure out this 3-point issue. But then they went 7 for 27 the rest of the way, and they saw their lead evaporate, and they saw Orangeville really take control of that game. And so really need to make sure that there are not too many empty possessions. And those 3-pointers lead to big rebounds that lead to runouts and so for the opposing team, and that's something London does so well. They push the pace down the court so fast that it keeps the River Lions on their heels. It doesn't allow them to get their defense set. So smart shots, good positioning. We've seen Josiah Moore jump up for some offensive rebounds. Hasn't gotten one yet, but has been in the right place at the right time each time. So really strong quarter all around for the River Lions here after the first 12 minutes.
London gets the ball because Niagara won the tip, and we're back to action here. Second quarter, Lightning and River Lions. Lightning in their black and yellow, River Lions the white with the green and blue trim. 3-pointer there, Kyle Johnson finishes. He goes down hard after the play. Marcus Lewis checking in for the River Lions. Kyle Johnson very slow to get back to his feet. But he's coming off the heels of a 51-point performance against the Moncton Miracles last week. Lewis takes off Patterson. Anderson will take off Kyle Johnson. Ziglinski. Takes a look, gives it to a rotating Chris Commons. Commons, nice jab step, trying to spin off Royce White. Couple nice post moves by Chris Commons. It's poked away by White. Kicks it out. Murray's got to hurry and fire. Murray at the buzzer, that one off. Rebounded there by London. 2-point lead. Doug Herring Jr., former St. John Millrat. Pass down low, Anderson a deep three, knocks that one down.
Marcus Lewis getting caught. It looked like he expected Chris Commons to flip on to Anderson. Not the case, as Anderson's got 6 points.
First lead of the night for the London Lightning, 31-30. Marcus Lewis, nice move to the net, heads, bobbles it, gives it off to Ziglinski. To Lewis in the corner. Good pointer.
Marcus Lewis, he's got 15 points, 3 3-pointers already in this game.
Marcus Lewis, we talked about his improved three-point shooting this season. You know, he's not just an attack-the-rim type guy. If he wants to hurt you from long range, he can do so. Anderson outside to Herring Jr. Picked up. Anderson will fire another three. That one off. Ziglinski. Loses Anderson, heads to the net, finger roll. Can't get it to fall. Royce White picks it up. Almost pickpocketed there by Ziglinski. Long pass to the corner, wide open three for London. Lucky break there by the Riverlines, that one didn't fall. Chris Commons to Marcus Lewis. Lewis being checked by Criswell. High pass for Kirk Williams Jr. now to Murray to Ziglinski. Three-pointer there is good for Kirk.
Now that is a very solid play. All 5 Riverlines touched the ball on that offensive possession, firing around. You know, it looked like Sam was going to drive, drew the defender away from Kirk Williams Jr., kicks it back to wide open KWJ for the three.
Zach, you've talked to Kirk Williams Jr. a couple of times the last few games, and he said this is a meshing process when you get this many high-profile players on one team. It looks like they're finally starting to come together, knock on wood. But, you know, they're playing a very good game so far here to start. Ziglinski a far three. Couple bounces, that one's out.
Well, that's been a big emphasis for this team in these last little whiles. How do we mesh as a unit? You know, how do we all play successful basketball together? There are a lot of guys on this team that might have had bigger roles in the past on their respective teams. You know, Kirk Williams Jr. and Chris Commons, really big presences in Windsor. You know, Tyshawn Patterson, a big role in the London Lightning last year. And even guys with the Riverlines, like Logan Stutz, our league MVP last year, now assuming a new role with this Riverlines squad. Really meant that some of these guys with big personalities have had to figure out what their role is on the team and where they can contribute. And then it's the responsibility of the coaching staff to put them in those positions to succeed.
Quick pass inside from Friesen, gives it off to Doug Herring Jr., kicks it out. Quick hop to the net. Lewis picks up the rebound. Ziglinski fell, so Lewis handles the ball. Tyler Murray now. Murray to the net, kicks it out. Kirk Williams Jr., another three. He's made 2 in a row. 8-point lead now for Niagara, 39-31.
Already the 8th three-pointer for the Riverlines. They didn't make 8 all game on Sunday afternoon against the Orangeville A's. Looks like they've just been saving those three-pointers for this game against the London Lightning. Big start from especially their bigs, Chris Commons, Kirk Williams Jr. getting it done beyond the arc.
You know, whatever adjustment has been made, it definitely seems like it's working tonight. A lot of improvement.
So they're going to count the three-pointer after the whistle there because it was a River Lions foul. So Criswell knocked down the three. It was an off-ball foul, so it looks like it'll be lightning ball on the River Lions baseline. Doug Herring Jr. set to inbound.
You know, the Riverlines currently 5-9 on the season. The London Lightning 11-3. Of course, one of those 3 losses coming to the Riverlines against the Riverlines. But this team, you know, you're thinking about this week. You've got 2 home games against London. You're 5-9. You don't want to get to 5-11. You want to be able to take some of these games at home. You want to have a good home record, especially against this team in London. So really good start here for the Riverlines. A good start to their week.
Criswell, 10 to go on the shot clock. That pass picked off, but they're going to call, I believe, a travel there. Now they're a foul on Singleton. It's River Lions ball from the far sideline. Murray picked up by Friesen. Gives it off to Kirk Williams Jr. Criswell watching him. Kirk working on Criswell, heads to the net, pushes off, tough layup. Can't get it to go, but he'll shoot for a pair.
You know, we've seen Kirk Williams Jr. a lot in the free throw line last game against the Orangeville A's. And we see him here tonight.
Shooting 64% from the line this season is Kirk Williams Jr., former Windsor Express. He's seen a lot of the London Lightning in his time. Kirk Williams Jr., believe it or not, on his 4th NBLC team. He played for both the Oshawa and Mississauga Power before Windsor and now Niagara. Kirk makes 1 of 2 on that trip. Friesen to Herring Jr. Herring Jr. looking for the pick from Singleton, gets it up top to Criswell. He's got a wide open 3 and he'll finish that. 3-point game. Marcus Lewis looking to extend that. Trying to back down Ryan Anderson. Kirk Williams Jr. to Sammy Z. Zaglinski has Friesen watching him. Nice pick set there by Kirk Williams Jr. Zaglinski can't shake him. Nice defense there by Friesen as Chris Thomas is fouled. Looks like Joel Friesen's going to get the block and foul. Second foul on Joel Friesen. 40-37, 7:22 remaining here. First half action.
You know, despite their slow start, London now shooting 42% from the field, 53% from three-point range. They're 9 for 17 from beyond the arc.
Baby hook there from Chris Commons. That one doesn't fall.
You know, Commons loves to operate with his back to the basket. That's his spot on the court, so a rare miss from that position.
Ryan Anderson, a nice weave to the net. Chris Commons picks up that foul.
You know, it's very important for the River Lions to finish on their plays and definitely get some rebounds going. Second chance shots.
That's right. The River Lions have 0 offensive rebounds already tonight. London Lightning has 3, so that's 3 more opportunities to score buckets on the offensive end off of those misses. The River Lions, especially a team that has in the past shot a lot of three-pointers, it's really important that they try their best to collect those offensive rebounds and not allow runouts.
Sam Muldrow checking in for Chris Commons. Muldrow with 2 fouls. Pass outside. 3-pointer, another one falls. 18th 3 of the game. That's their 10th make. This London team really likes that 3-pointer. Lewis to the net, spinning, shooting, gets the floater to go.
Marcus Lewis, 17 points.
Lewis with a great first half scoring-wise. Up to Singleton. Moves it off to Anderson, inside pass, that one poked away. Last touch off the River Lions.
Execute! Execute!
Josiah Moore checking in now for Niagara. Looks like he'll take off Tyler Murray. It's Moore, Williams Jr., Muldrow, Lewis, and Zaglinski. Deep 3 there from Anderson. He knocks down another one. Ryan Anderson now 4 for 6 from 3-point range.
Yeah, just like that, it's a 43-42 London Lightning lead, making the River Lions pay from beyond the arc. 10 for 18.
And a good number of these 3-pointers have been contested as well. You know, this London team so dangerous from beyond the arc. They'll knock a shot down with a hand in their face. 6:05 remaining, almost halfway through the second quarter here from the Meridian Center.
It's Criswell fouls. Kirk Williams Jr. is going to go to the line for his third and fourth free throw of the night. He went 1 for 2 in his first trip.
KWJ averaging 16.2 points per game. And the leading scorer a couple of times for the River Lions this season. He's actually the leading scorer for season total points. Can't get the first one to fall, second shot coming.
Well, Kirk had a lot of success on Saturday night last week against his former team, the Windsor Express. I think he had 28 points.
Gets 1 on that trip to the line, 1 for 2, 2 for 4 on the day.
And I don't know, Matt, I've always felt like the scoring champion should go to the guy that has the most points.
Not the most points per game?
No, I don't want to hear about points per game. If you were out there every day and you were scoring the most points all season, you're getting my award.
The way I look at the points per game is I could go out there and have, a 55-point game, being me, 6'1", 5-inch vertical, and then I could retire and I can win the scoring championship.
That's right.
I can see why you don't like it.
Well, I went 5 for 5 from beyond the arc when I was in grade 8, and then I retired. That was it. So, am I the best three-point shooter ever? It's hard to tell. 100%. That's right.
Better than Ray Allen, better than that Steph Curry guy.
Can't do any better than that. So I knew, this is it. I'm getting out. So it's really something to think about,
Hey, Zach, you could be like the Dion Waiters of your team. You never know.
That's right. Just park me in the corner.
Yeah.
I'll just run down the line.
Fans shooting for a little bit of money here from half court as we take a quick break. 5:53, 5:53 remaining here in the second quarter, first half from the Meridian Center.
So River Lions probably, they're in their timeout here talking about what they need to do in these last 5.5 minutes. And one of the big obvious answers has to be locking down that three-point defense. The London Lightning have climbed right back into this game and have had taken leads a point on that successful three-point shooting. 58% from beyond the arc this half. London Lightning, that is not a stat that you can allow if you want to be able to lock things down here on the home court and win tonight.
43 apiece here, 5:53 remaining, first half of action. Matt Latour, Zach Detson, Serena Kogali from the Meridian Center, the Lions Den in St. Catharines. They've got another matchup here at the Meridian Center against the London Lightning in 2 days. That's Thursday, 7 p.m. before, as we mentioned, Zach, a long road trip as the Scotties Tournament of Hearts curling tournament takes over. Have you got tickets?
I secured tickets today, actually, and I'm thrilled to be participating in the opening ceremonies on Saturday, the 18th at 12:30 p.m. here at the Meridian Center, and I'm just thrilled to see an excellent bonspiel here in the Niagara region.
Have you got your tickets, Serene?
I have not.
Not much of a curling fan?
No.
I'm in the same boat as you, don't worry, but I guess it's not for everybody.
No.
At the line, it'll be Criswell.
Different strokes for different folks.
Anthony Criswell, 71% from the charity stripe so far this season, averaging just a hair under 10 points per game. Can't get the first one to go. Second shot now for Criswell. Makes 1 of 2 on that trip as Royce White checks back in. London with a 1-point lead, 44-43. Back and forth game since we've hit about the 35-point mark. Kirk Williams Jr. now with it. He's got Muldrow on the near side. Lewis on the far side, gives it to Muldrow, wide open in the corner. The triple from Sam Muldrow, that one's short. Maybe just shaking off a little bit of rust there. Quick pass there for Royce White, he'll head straight to the net, absolutely runs over a man. Looked like Kirk Williams Jr.
Russ Conley checking in for Kirk Williams Jr. He's got 10 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, on 3 for 4, shooting an impressive 2 for 2 from beyond the arc.
Another timeout here, and I can see what my mom means when I say there's only a minute left in the game, and she says, yeah, but a minute's not a minute, because we've had 3 timeouts in the last minute here at the Meridian Center. Long stretch here in the second quarter, 46-43, as the Lady Lions take the court.
Have you guys watched last night's game, the Wizards and the Cavs? Timing is everything, okay?
Yeah.
1 minute, 5 seconds, you could do a lot in 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's very true, very true. LeBron James had a big shot last night, Kyrie Irving had a big shot last night.
Oh yeah.
Stars were out to play. Leading the way for the River Lions points-wise, it's Marcus Lewis. He's got 17 points. Sammy Zaglinski with 3 assists. Chris Commons with 3 assists. And 3 rebounds for Zaglinski to lead the way for Niagara. 3 for Chris Commons as well. On the other side, Ryan Anderson's got 12 points for London. Royce White with 5 rebounds. 6 assist for Doug Herring Jr. Both teams shooting about 57% from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, the River Lions shooting 55% to this point in the game, 48% for London. So pretty even game all the way through. When you look down the stat line, the free throw percentage, that does favor London. They're 70%, the River Lions 55% at 5 for 9. Royce White will head to the line, as you mentioned, 55% from the charity stripe this season for the former Ohio State Cyclone. Shot for Royce White. That one falls. Kirk Williams Jr. gives it off to Josiah Moore. Marcus Lewis now. Joel Friesen watching him.
Marcus Lewis already with 17 points tonight, and perhaps more impressively than just the 17 points, is getting it done so efficiently. 6 for 7, make that 7 for 8 from the field. Really excellent offensive output. 19 points for Marcus Lewis here with 5 minutes left in the first half.
So athletic, such a beautiful shot there.
Friesen passes that one down low. Kicks to the outside. Anderson again from 3. That one way too long. Rebounded by Kirk Williams Jr. He's got Marcus Lewis with him.
London going with some mismatches here as Royce White was hit outside in the in the small forward spot over in the corner being guarded by Josiah Moore, but inside guarding Russ Conley on defense.
Heat check there for Marcus Lewis. That one doesn't fall. Inside pass, Friesen to the net. Easy layup. Largest lead of the night now for the London Lightning, 4 points. 49-45 they lead as Junior Cadogan gets set to check back in. Kirk Williams Jr. to Josiah Moore. Moore pump fakes, gives it to Conley, takes a look at the 3, doesn't fire. Crossover on Royce White, stolen by Royce White.
You know, Russ Conley needs to be more aggressive with that ball.
That pass off the hands of Kirk Williams Jr. heading out of bounds, so it will remain London possession as Cadogan comes in. He'll pick off Doug Herring Jr. And we'll see big Sam Muldrow back in as well. Muldrow getting a lot of run in his first game back. We mentioned 2 bigs hurt for the River Lions and Logan Stutz and Mike Allison. You know, that's one of the main reasons Sam Muldrow was brought back. But, you know, this is such a fan favorite last year. He was one of the 6 players that the River Lions protected at the end of last season, and they got 3 of them back with Stutz, Muldrow, and Zaglinski. White kicks that one out. Friesen for 3. That one's short.
Thank God.
Such a good pass by Royce White. He just, you know, those are 2 different plays where he's just able to show his incredible athleticism and good, smart basketball play.
Big Sam looking to put Royce White on a poster there. Smart foul by Royce White. Don't let the crowd get into it. Muldrow will head to the line last season from the charity stripe, 75%, averaging 9.9 points per game. Tyshawn Patterson coming in for Sammy Zaglinski.
Make your free throws.
First one off for Muldrow. Second shot coming. Second shot coming for Sam Muldrow. Royce White gives it into Junior Cadogan. Marvin Phillips checking back in for Niagara. He'll be matched up. Looks like with Sam Muldrow. Muldrow, big block on Marvin Phillips. That's the defense we talked about from Sam Muldrow. Josiah Moore takes a very hard spill there. What a block by Sam Muldrow. He got up in a hurry.
Well, and that's that defensive tenacity that this River Lions team has been needing. You know, too many times guys have walked into the paint unguarded or, you know, have been able to have the defense collapse and then lead someone open on the 3-point range. So really good job and big addition for this team. You can't be stated enough how important Sam Muldrow can be for this team's defense.
Tyshawn Patterson losing the handle there. Marvin Phillips gives it off to Ryan Anderson.
I feel like London's definitely feeling the pressure tonight.
Royce White puts the shot up, draws the foul.
It looks like Marcus Lewis is going to pick up his second foul of the game.
It'll be Sam Muldrow picking up that foul, his third, I believe.
Coach Gross not happy with that call.
No, that's Muldrow's third foul. He's got 3 points to go along with his 3 fouls. 1 assist, 1 for 2 from the field. He played 4.5 minutes in the first quarter. Probably another 4.5, 5 minutes in the second quarter. Certainly getting a lot of run.
First free throw bounces around, but drops for Royce White. Second shot coming.
What do you guys think of Lewis and Friesen's matchup?
I like it. You know, Joel Friesen's a guy, he's not quite as athletic as Marcus Lewis, but he can definitely keep up with the guy. And Marcus Lewis, you know, defensively, he can get up for the block if he has to. We don't see it that often, but his athleticism allows that. Muldrow down low. Gives that one to Kirk Williams Jr. Fadeaway jumper fall.
Great bucket by Kirk Williams Jr. Really confident with being able to create space for himself there and create his own shot. Excellent job in the paint. And big pass by Sam Muldrow, picking up another assist.
Pass down low, Muldrow. The pump fake there. Pulls down the rebound.
You know, he didn't get the block, but he just disrupted Phillips' basket shot, and that's such a valuable play.
Josiah Moore now trying to spin off Friesen. Tough move to the net, that pass. Gonna say it went off Joel Friesen, so out of bounds. River Lions ball, 2:32 remaining.
A lot of spin moves by the River Lions here in the first half. Love that. That circle button, you know, when you're playing 2K. My friend Matt Scuba loves that circle button on 2K, so really good effort here with the River Lions, bringing some enthusiasm to life on the court.
One of my favorite sayings is he put that man in the spin cycle. Looks like the River Lions are taking that to heart here tonight.
That's right. Really good job. You know, I can't stress this enough. Being able to insert their own offense, you know, not feeling like they have to, are playing from behind, or not feeling unconfident in their position. Being strong, going out, executing their own plays, executing their own looks, and creating shots for themselves. Excellent job.
2:32 remaining. River Lions trailing by 3, but they've got the basketball. 51-48 for the London Lightning. You see the flex cam, a bunch of fans getting in on the action here. 13 to go on the shot clock off the inbound by the River Lions. It'll be in the London Lightning end. See who the River Lions come back out with here with 2.5 minutes remaining.
Serene, River Lions shooting 56% from the field, 17 for 30 tonight. What do you think is the cause for such good success on the offensive end against a tough team like London?
I think the new addition of Sam is definitely making a lot of great changes, a lot of great movement, a lot of help from Nadir Tharp once again. Everybody's looking comfortable. Everybody's touching the ball. Great all-around offensive effort and defensive effort as well.
Teams filing back out. It'll be Tyshawn Patterson, Josiah Moore, Sam Muldrow, Marcus Lewis, and Kirk Williams Jr.
You know, although London's leading, there's a lot of great effort from the River Lions.
Josiah Moore on the inbound. Got Kirk Williams Jr. up top. KWJ finds it. Get off to Lewis. Lewis to Muldrow. He'll fire another 3. That one off. Muldrow maybe just trying to get back into the groove from 3 now.
Look at that ball movement from London.
Good movement around the 3-point arc there. I was going to say that one was last touch on Josiah Moore and out of bounds. 14 to go on the shot clock off the inbound. It's Junior Cadogan. Royce White pump fakes the 3. Size mismatch here with Tyshawn Patterson. Anderson fires the 3. That one hits the base and out. Full shot clock. He'll fire another 3. That one also not falling. Kirk Williams Jr. comes down with the board. Averages over 6 rebounds per game. He's got the ball now. This is Sam Muldrow. Back to KWJ. He's got Lewis going to the net. That one bouncing. Lewis fell there. He'll step to the line because of the bonus. Marcus Lewis just under 70% on the season from the charity stripe for the River Lions, averaging over 15 points per game. And as we've talked about so much with this guy, you know, those 15 points per game are probably 15 of the more explosive points in every game.
Marcus Lewis played for the River Lions for 9 games last year, and we knew that he was athletic. We knew that he was a good small forward, and that's a position that the River Lions struggled to fill the rest of the season. But having Marcus Lewis back on this team this year has been such a marked improvement, not only for his just incredible athleticism and ability to drive to the rim, but that three-point shooting that he worked on over the summer. Matt, you mentioned this. You chatted with him about this three-point shooting. Really intentional effort to improve and really seeing a lot of results.
I mean, Marcus Lewis is the impact player of the month, guys. Let's not forget.
That's right. No, they don't name everybody impact player of the month for January.
First shot for Royce White. Can't make it. First shot on this trip. Second shot for Royce White. That one's short. Can't find anything. He'll hear it from the Meridian Center crowd.
Yeah, you don't want an air ball on those free throws.
It seems like it's been a quiet night for Royce White, but he's already got 11 points, 7 rebounds.
Well, isn't that so impressive? And that's something we say again about Logan Stutz a lot, is that you look down and all of a sudden he's got 10 points, 10 rebounds. It just goes to show the way that those two guys are so good at creating opportunities for themselves on the court. You don't need to draw a play for Royce White. You don't need to intentionally feed him the ball to get him involved. You're just in the right place at the right time and uses really good high basketball IQ to take advantage of his opportunities as they're presented.
Kirk Williams Jr. at the line for Niagara. He's 2 for 4 today. Makes it 3 for 5. Second shot for Kirk. Makes 1 for 2 on that trip, 3 for 6 on the day.
Well, you don't want to mess it up. 1 for 2 each trip so far tonight.
He's got a pretty good streak going. Like good consistency-wise. I'm sure he'd like to make a couple more free throws. Ryan Anderson to the net, kicks that one out.
Well, we got a whole other half to improve on those sorts of things. See, turnover. How many times have you seen a turnover like that tonight?
Zagwinski to KWJ. Points off the turnover, a big one for the River Lions as well.
River Lions with 8 points off of those turnovers tonight, forcing 8 London Lightning turnovers here in the first half.
Cadogan to Anderson. Down low, Royce White matched up with Josiah Moore. Three-pointer on the way. Well-contested shot there. Cadogan gets his own rebound. Anderson will fire another 3. Knocks down another one.
You got to stop those second-chance shots.
And how many times have we seen Anthony Anderson line up right from that 2 o'clock spot in front of us and knock down those three-pointers?
Kirk Williams Jr. Kicks it out. Josiah Moore. Three-pointer. That one's good over Ryan Anderson.
River Lions retake the lead, 55-54 this time with 1 possession left with the London Lightning.
Virtually no difference between the shot and game clock. It's about 0.7 of a second. Let's take this time here.
Sam Zagwinski communicating with the rest of his teammates, making sure they're all on the same page for this play.
Kirk Williams Jr. fell there, no charge. Anderson contested 3. That one doesn't find anything. Lewis at the buzzer. That one just off to the right. Wouldn't that have been something for the young man from Streamwood, Illinois? But nonetheless, the River Lions will take a lead in the half against the London Lightning, 55-54. Matt Latour, Zach Dadson, Serena Alcogali will be back with the second half in about 20 minutes. The Niagara River Lions and the London Lightning getting set for second half action here from the Meridian Center in St. Catharines. Matt Latour, Zach Dadson, Serene Elko-Galley on the call. The score after the first half, River Lions with the advantage, 55-54 over London. As we mentioned before the game, Niagara 1-4 against the London Lightning this season. A 4-game losing streak against the Lightning following the season opener on Boxing Day when the River Lions took that one at Budweiser Gardens in London. Starting 5 for London to start the second half. It's Junior Cadogan, Royce White, Ryan Anderson, Joel Friesen, and Julian Boyd. We'll see who Niagara sends out. After the first half, Marcus Lewis already with 20 points. A good first half for him. 3 rebounds and 4 assists for Sammy Ziglinski, who's got a couple of long balls as well. It'll be Ziglinski, Chris Commons, Marcus Lewis, Kirk Williams Jr. out on the floor, as well as Josiah Moore. So the starting 5 back out there for the River Lions to kick off the second half against the London Lightning. River Lions will start the quarter with the ball. It's Kirk Williams Jr. on the inbound. Lewis gives it off to Kirk Williams Jr. Williams Jr., nice cut around everybody. Kicks that one inside. Easy layup for Chris Commons. That one off the base of the iron and out. Back the other way comes Julian Boyd. Gives it off to Joel Friesen. Now up top to Royce White. Junior Cadogan. Far side now. Ryan Anderson. Cadogan. Boyd, a long contested 3. That one off the backboard. Can't find anything. Offensive board by Royce White. Cadogan, mid-range elbow jumper. That one doesn't find anything. Rebounded by Kirk Williams Jr. Ziglinski now back the other way. Ziglinski working on a man. Gives it off to Kirk Williams Jr.
So, Matt, we knew that, last time that this happened, the River Lions had a good first half against the London Lightning, and then they came out firing in the second half. Really blew things out of the water. So, really important for the River Lions. So, you had a good first half. You had a good start to this game. You want to make sure that you don't let things slip away and get out of control.
Over a minute into the third quarter now. No baskets for either side. Commons has it now. He hands it off to Josiah Moore. Moore working on Anderson. A rookie versus a vet here. Kicks it out to the corner. Sammy Ziglinski, nice pump fake. Had Royce White biting. Easy layup for Sammy Z.
He's so good with those fakes. Really able to draw his defender out of position, and really excellent job taking advantage of it along the baseline by Sammy Ziglinski.
White to Anderson on the near side. Inside pass for Royce White. Blocked by Chris Commons.
Chris Commons having none of that. Not in my house.
Marcus Lewis bumped there by Junior Cadogan. He'll draw the foul. I believe it was a shooting foul, so Marcus Lewis will step to the line.
Lewis 3 for 4 from beyond the arc in the first half.
On the line for 9, number 12, Marcus Lewis.
First shot coming from Marcus Lewis, who just missed almost a full court buzzer beater to end the first half. Can't get the first one to go. Lewis about 70% on the line this season for the River Lions from the charity stripe. Second shot coming. Lewis goes 1 for 2 on that trip. Extends the lead to 4. White off to Anderson.
Anderson looking for a pick. That wasn't going to come.
Kicks it out. Corner 3 by Joel Friesen. The hot 3-point shooting comes out of the half. Lewis now. Passes that one off almost too far for Kirk Williams Jr. Comes up with it. Chris Commons, he's got an open 3. Nice down low pass with Josiah Moore. There's the ball movement.
Well, and there's the good shot selection too. On Sunday we saw this River Lions team fall in love with the 3-point shooting. Chris Commons could have taken that 3-point shot. He made a couple big ones in the first half, but he laid up, went for the assist, and found Josiah Moore inside.
Lewis can't get the free throw to go, or rather can't get the layup to go. He'll step to the line for a pair of free throws. 1 for 2 on his last trip about a minute ago as Marvin Phillips checks into the game for London.
Back on the line, Marcus Lewis.
Lewis got 21 points so far tonight. Still 9:37 remaining in the third quarter. Can't get the first one to go. He said that's the one thing in his game he feels he needs to work on. He's above 60% in his career from inside the paint, around 40% from the three-point arc this season. It's the free throw shooting that's always bit him. Makes 1 for 2 on that trip. I'm starting to notice a little bit of a trend here, Zach. Last couple of guys to go to the line have all gone 1 for 2.
A lot of 1 for 2s tonight. Lewis 5 for 8 from from the free throw line.
Junior Cadogan. 4-point lead for the River Lions, 61-57. Marvin Phillips to the net floater, gets it to go. Phillips so big and so fast.
The River Lions did a good job initially on the first penetration, not allowing themselves to get caught in bad switches and mismatches, but not enough to stop the London Lightning offense that time, with Phillips driving right through the paint.
Kirk Williams Jr. backing down his man there. Bryce White kicks it out. Another 3 for Joel Friesen. That one off. Rebound is up. I'm going to say last touch off Ryan Anderson, so it'll be River Lions ball.
Sammy Zablinski takes a lot of nerve and braveness, planting your feet in the paint with Royce White coming flying down the lane. Good job stopping the big man from going right to the line, or right to the rim, forcing him to kick it back out to Joel Friesen, who missed the three-pointer.
Let's do a little poll here. Serena, would you stand in Royce White's way?
I would.
Okay, so she's a lot tougher than I am. Chris Comets knocks down a long 2. Zach, would you stand in front of Royce White?
Can't say I would. He's a big boy and with a lot of speed and a lot of strength. What an athlete.
See, I've got the weight on my side, but I feel like I'm just too scared. So I think it's safe to say Serena's the toughest out of the 3 of us. Inside pass to White. Nice pass there. A couple of River Lions take each other down. Marvin Phillips missed a wide open shot.
Well, Marcus Lewis got right back up, but Kirk Williams Jr. is on the floor.
Another big block there by Chris Commons on Royce White, but yeah, Kirk Williams Jr. down.
Looks like he's grabbing his...
It's tough to tell here. It doesn't look like he's grabbing anything. Gross Lacole comes out to the floor for the River Lions. The River Lions have so many injuries. This would be a huge blow. Their leading scorer, Kirk Williams Jr.
Kirk Williams Jr., 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists so far tonight, 5 for 8 from the field.
Kirk went down, a couple of River Lions collided. I believe it was Kirk and Marcus Lewis that collided. They both went down. Kirk Williams Jr. was on top in the collision. And meanwhile, away from that incident, it was Marvin Phillips missing a wide open shot. And Chris Commons with a monstrous block on Royce White. Kirk Williams Jr. gets up. He'll walk off under his own power.
Yeah, clutching the side of his ribs. And, we saw Richard Marty take a hard fall on Sunday afternoon. He's not in the lineup. Bilal Ben is not in the lineup. Logan Stutz and Mike Allison not in the lineup. That's 4 bigs that are not on the court or dressed for the River Lions. Kirk Williams Jr., a really important part of this team, one of 4 bigs dressed tonight.
He'll be okay, guys.
If there's anybody tougher than Kirk Williams Jr., I'd like to meet them. Kirk Williams Jr., he just looks like a tough guy. He's missing a tooth and he's got all the tattoos. Anyways, we're back to action. Chris Commons following a big block on Royce White. He's got 2 of them on Royce now in this game. I'm going to call the foul on Royce White.
Chris Commons has the Steph Curry mouth guard action going on right now.
Half in, half out. Chris Well checks into the game. Second foul against Royce White. He'll come out of the game.
You can see Royce White as he's coming out of the game. Quickly check with head coach Kyle Julius. How many fouls do I have? It's 2. Okay, all right, I'll go take a seat. For now, he'll be back shortly, causing problems for the River Lions on both sides of the court.
And you got to think part of taking him out is, he's so foul prone because of his size. A lot like we talked about DeAndre Thomas on Windsor. Because of his size and how physical he plays the game, he can draw a lot of fouls in a hurry. A good move by Julius to get him out before that happens. Siglinski loses possession there, stolen by Phillips back the other way. Comes Cadogan losing control. Anderson now takes a look. Cadogan calling the play. 15 on the shot clock. Picked up by Commons up top to Criswell. Pass down low. Nice deflection there by Muldrow. Lewis to the net. Tough layup. Big block by Ryan Anderson. But I believe a whistle went there. It might be a foul.
Yeah, looks like
it's just going to be sideline out of bounds following the block. Chris Commons trying his luck.
That's 4 fouls for the London Lightning already early in the third quarter, just 4.5 minutes in.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Marvin Phillips didn't look like he gave Chris Commons much, but nonetheless, the officials call is final, not my call. Sam Muldrow taking a look. He's got Zaglinski going to the net, just a little bit too tall for him. Riverline still with a 4-point lead, 63-59 over the London Lightning. And the thing we're seeing with the Riverlines against London this time is they're getting a lot more stops. Usually London's pretty consistent. They'll score, every 2 out of 5 possessions, or 1 out of 3 possessions. Tonight they've gotten, 2, 3, 4 possessions in a row without a basket. So we see an air ball there. They managed to keep it in, but Muldrow gets it. Back the other way comes Zaglinski. Alley-oop pass. You got to know who that one was for. Marcus Lewis couldn't come down with it. Phillips now gives it off to Cadogan, the easy layup. Can't get that one to go.
Well, you see, Josiah Moore is going to get called for the foul for the push there, but that's a smart basketball play. You're the only man back with 3 London Lightning coming down the court at you. Making a foul in a way that doesn't allow the London Lightning to score is such an important move, and really a heads-up basketball by Josiah Moore, forcing Junior Cadogan to go to the line for 2 free throws.
On the line for London.
First shot for Cadogan. Can't get it to go, so the foul pays off already. Second shot for Cadogan is good. Commons. He's got Muldrow up on the logo. Moore takes a look, doesn't fire the 3, tries to lose his man Ryan Anderson. Gives it back off to Chris Commons, trying to spin off his man Baby Hook, can't bank it in. Anderson, he's got a wide open 3.
Yeah, that's his spot. Doesn't go that time, but he's had a couple of good looks from there tonight.
Look at how fast both these teams are going right now.
Well, and you have to think that when you're playing so fast like this, it benefits the London Lightning. This is the kind of pace that they're familiar with playing.
You see it right there with the transition 3-pointer. Their ball movement with speed in transition is one of the most impressive things I've seen in this league. It's Kirk Williams Jr. getting set to check back in. A good sign for the River Lions. Long shot there by Chris Commons, doesn't fall. Royce Wade will come in for Marvin Phillips.
Looks like it's going to be a Niagara River Lions timeout to talk things over here. Things got a little bit out of control there, and for a couple minutes starting to not really play the style of basketball the coach across the court wants to see out of his team. So he's going to call a timeout, talk it over. I wouldn't be surprised to see a slower, more controlled pace out of the timeout.
Yeah, we saw London starting to play their game a little bit more there. Definitely something that they wanted to do coming out of the half. As really the entire third quarter has been of the Lightning's pace, and it shows on the scoreboard. It's now a tie game, although just a 1-point spread here in this third quarter. 63-63, the team is all knotted up. River Lions shooting 51%, London down to 37% on the night.
Well, see, and isn't that a key statistic? Limiting London to just 37%, and this team is so good. You can shoot almost 15% better than them, and still be a tied game, 63-63. So really good job so far on the defensive end, limiting London's offense. It's now time for the River Lions to continue to have some success offensively. And good job so far not falling in love with the 3. They've only been shooting 28% from 3-point range this season, shooting 50% tonight. A much better look.
Now the River Lions, one stat that kind of jumps out to me, or lack of a stat rather, is just one offensive rebound, but a big part of that is getting back to really neutralize that transition game that London likes to play.
That's right. We saw Josiah Moore crash the boards a couple of times, but it's only one guy, and it's okay to have Josiah doing that as long as the other 4 players are well positioned. We've seen too many times this season the London Lightning really turn the wheels on and get down the court quickly in a way that the River Lions have to are on their heels and are not in a good position defensively, especially where there are switches on the offensive and defensive end about who's guarding who. Creates problems for the River Lions when they're coming back in transition defense. And so good job limiting those opportunities so far. Good job forcing turnovers. London has 11 turnovers already tonight. And really good job with the assists, 17 assists. They had 9 in that first quarter. So really good job at the beginning of the game, and they've been holding on so far.
It's Junior Cadogan out of the media timeout. Passes it off to Doug Herring Jr. Bobbles it around a little bit. Picked up by Kirk Williams Jr. Anderson will fire a 3 over Commons. That one off. Rebound is out. Another offensive rebound. That's number 8.
Anderson is 5 for 13 from beyond the arc tonight. He's 5 for 15 from the field, so just 2 shots inside.
Almost an
for Ryan Anderson.
Almost an exclusive 3-point shooter Josiah Moore looking for the jump ball there, couldn't get it.
Well, really incredible also to take 13 of them with still only 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. An incredible now. He's got almost half of his team's three-pointers.
Junior Cadogan on the inbound. Up top for Royce White. Herring Jr. down low. Anderson trying to spin up Josiah Moore. Does so to the net. It looks like he'll be fouled, I believe, by Kirk Williams Jr. that time. Rather, they're going to give it to Josiah Moore.
That's unfortunate because that'll be Josiah Moore's fourth foul. Kirk Williams Jr. only has 2 on the night, and it looked like it was KWJ that had gone up and created the contact. So it could take, Josiah Moore's going to come out of the game with Marcus Lewis checking back in.
And that's the thing you get, too, with a guy that's that aggressive defensively. You know he's going to get a couple of fouls. A little bit of a tough break on that one. Obviously, you would have liked seeing Kirk Williams Jr. pick it up to even them both out at 3. Nonetheless, Nadir Tharp coming in, the former Kansas Jayhawk. So this subs in for Josiah Moore.
Yeah, this is Tharp's third game. A little bit quiet so far this year. You know, in his first game here at the Meridian Center on Saturday night, he got 4 fouls in the first half, and so that limited what he was able to do later in the game. And then Sunday, a little bit of a quiet night, but continuing to find himself looking better and better in every game in a River Lions uniform.
The thing that impresses me the most with Nadir Tharp is his poise with the ball. You'll see him here. He never really panics, even if he's double-teamed. Now he's got a much larger Criswell on him. Passes it off to Kirk Williams Jr. He's going to easily back down Doug Herring Jr., but can't get the layup to go. Out of bounds.
Looks like it's going to be...
It's tough to tell here. You know, they're taking their time.
Well, I thought that
River Lions ball.
I thought they had indicated that it was going to be River Lions ball, but there was Doug Herring Jr. sitting right along the baseline.
Sammy Z from the corner. That one hits the base. Doug Herring Jr. waiting for everybody to disperse. Gives it off. Right to the net goes Royce White. Layup for him. He makes that look so easy.
Royce White slicing right through both of the River Lions forwards on that play so easily, so comfortably, looked almost unguarded.
Marcus Lewis, nice spin move, tough layup.
Marcus Lewis, 24 points, 8 for 12 tonight.
Back the other way, Tony Criswell slams one down. Teams exchanging blows now. It's a 4-point lead for London. Nadir Tharp will see if they can try to slow it down now. Tharp, that one poked away by Herring Jr. Gets a hold of it. 10 to go on the shot clock now. Double team. Back the other way. Stolen by Nadir Tharp. He's got to hurry though. 5 to go on the shot clock. Kirk Williams Jr. to the net. Kicks it out. Commons doesn't fire. Zaglinski at the buzzer. Knocks it down for the River Lions.
That's Chris Commons' 5th assist of this game. Excellent job. You know, another example of that selfless basketball. 3 guys passed that ball around the arc. Same as Zaglinski coming up big with the 3-pointer.
Criswell fires a very contested 3. That one doesn't fall. I'm not quite sure if that's how you draw that last play up, but it started basically at the backcourt, behind the back pass by Zaglinski. Lewis can't finish on the 3.
Unlucky on that one.
1-point game, London with the ball, looking to make it at least 3, if not 4. Junior Cadogan will head to the net. Passes that one off as
Too strong.
caught by her good friend Will on the baseline owner, the Karma Chameleon and Thorold.
Things are starting to get heated in the Lions' den.
Kirk Williams Jr. picking up his 3rd foul. Chris Commons will head off. Sam Muldrow back in, seeing a lot of playing time here tonight.
Yeah, Muldrow played 10 minutes in the first half, and really, you know, for a guy who hasn't played basketball in a little while and kind of welcoming himself back into the fold in a River Lions uniform, good look as he had 3 points, 2 assists in that first quarter, or that first half, and 2 blocks.
A late foul there on Muldrow as he set the pick that basically sent his man flying. 4th foul now on Muldrow, so he's going to have to watch out. Criswell now passes it off Doug Herring Jr. Down low, Royce White. Backing off Kirk Williams Jr. And there's the strength on display there.
That's right, he bumped Kirk Williams Jr. right out of the way. Royce White's got 15 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists.
Nadir Tharp stops his double team. Nice pass there to Kirk Williams Jr. Kirk Williams Jr. trying to back off Royce White. Tough layup, draws the foul. That'll be Royce's 3rd. Kirk Williams Jr. not backing down from the bigger white.
On London's number 30, Royce White, his third, team's fifth. On the line,
Kirk Williams Jr. 3 for 6 on the day from the line. First shot for Kirk drops. We'll look to go 2 for 2 on this trip for the first time tonight. Two for 2 for Kirk.
All right, breaking the streak. Good trip to the line for Kirk Williams Jr.
Pass down low. Royce White finishes again, and he's going to start scoring as well.
Just like that, 17 points. That's like we said in the first half. Not a guy that you need to specifically run plays for. Just you look up and he's in the right place at the right time. Great job receiving that pass. Great job finishing inside.
Zielinski fires a 3 and gets it right back.
76-76 tie ball game.
Sammy Z.
Riverline shooting 50% from three-point range tonight. Such a difference from earlier games this season.
Anthony Criswell finishes there, and we're going to get a timeout by Cross Lacola. It's a 5-point game, 78-73 for the London Lightning. Doing a great job hanging in there have been the River Lions. Minute 52 remaining coming out of the timeout. Zach, what have you liked out of the River Lions in this game as opposed to the previous 4 games of which they've all lost against the London Lightning?
19 assists in so far this game. Excellent ball movement. And when you move the ball around on the offense, it creates, you're creating opportunities for the defense to break down. The more looks you give them, the more likely it is that there's going to be a break in the defense that you're going to be able to take advantage of. And we've seen that so many times tonight. We've seen the ball move around 3-4 passes around the perimeter. We've seen guys cutting inside for good looks, really taking advantage of that. And then the other big difference, of course, is that three-point shooting percentage. The River Lions are last place in the National Basketball League of Canada in three-point shooting, just 28% so far this season. So huge difference tonight, 50%, 11 for 22 from beyond the arc.
78-73 the lead, a minute 52 remaining here. Third quarter action from the Meridian Center in St. Catharines, otherwise known as the Lions Den. Matt Latour, Zach Dadson, Serena Kogali on the call tonight. First of 2 home games this week. It's the River Lions and London Lightning. They'll lock horns again on Thursday at 7 p.m. before the Scotties Tournament of Hearts takes over the Meridian Center for a month. So the River Lions won't have another home game. Won't have a home game between February 10th and March 7th. Span of almost 1 month, 26 days.
Well, for the Niagara River Lions, who after this week will have played the London Lightning 7 times in their first 16 games. It's such a difficult team to play. The London Lightning are 11-3. Of course, they're an excellent basketball team and a really tough team to play against. So a good, strong start here to this week. It's such an important opportunity for this Niagara team.
Another foul call there on Sam Moser. I don't know about that one. That just looks like a good hard pick. Nonetheless, Russ Conley will check in as the crowd here at the Meridian Center starts to let the officials hear it. And I believe rightfully so. It's 2 screen fouls on.
Yeah, that was an unnecessary call.
Criswell down low for Royce White. He draws the foul on Russ Conley, and River Lions not getting any calls now.
Well, this breeds situations where the River Lions are going to, get out of their offense. So really important here that they don't let the officials dictate the style of play. They don't let the officials dictate how they feel about this game. Make sure that they get under control and continue to play their style of basketball. We've got Tyler Murray looking for an explanation. Marcus Lewis questioning referee on the court here. It's going to be important that they lock things down here. It's a close game. They're trailing only by 6 points. Really make sure that they're able to play their offense and defense.
White kicks that one out. Singleton now down low. Criswell stops, takes the dribble, loses the ball. Zielinski back now the other way.
So if you notice, Royce White playing the 3 spot on the court on offense and then guarding our center, Russ Conley, on defense. What an excellent job by a player that's able to switch who's guarding and being guarded by and really just, being able to use his physicality all over the court.
Lewis comes up with the steal there, gives it to Ziglinski, corner. Murray off to Lewis. Marcus Lewis will take it straight to the net. Tough shot put up, banks it in, count it, and one.
Marcus Lewis, he's certainly feeling it tonight. He's got 26 points. He's going to go to the line for a shot for one more.
Okay, Marcus, we see you.
Chance to make this a one-possession game. 3-point play chance for Marcus Lewis.
London starting off here hot in the third quarter. They were shooting 32% at the end of the half. Already up to 42%. 26 for 61 from the field, 45% from three-point range.
Can't get the three-point play to go. Junior Cadogan back the other way in transition. Kirk Williams Jr. gives it to Tyler Murray. Murray bounce pass to Ziglinski. Pump fakes the three, gives it off to Marcus Lewis. Lewis posting up on his man. Nice strength there by Lewis. That one slapped away. They're going to call a charge on Lewis.
Marcus just laughing it off.
It happens a little too often in this league that the ball handler would get called for a foul. And, it's not really something that you want to see when you're trying to get your offense going and really draw the crowd into the game, especially here at the Meridian Center. Such a valuable asset for this River Lions team, this Lions Den crowd. Couple plays not going their way, but it's still only a 6-point game against a team that blew the Moncton Miracles out the other night. So good start here. Keep calm, keep control.
Foul called there. Bryce White will step to the line once again. He's had a lot of trips to the line here tonight.
So that's Kirk Williams Jr.'s fourth foul. The London Lightning, we talked at the beginning of this half that they had jumped out to 3 quick fouls in the first 2 minutes, and you look up already 7 fouls to 6 for the Niagara River Lions. They've got 7 over the last 3.
7th trip to the line for Royce White here tonight.
I'm glad River Lions are keeping it under control, not getting into any technical fouls.
Yeah, that's the one thing we've seen a lot from the River Lions this season. They can get very emotionally invested into a game, which isn't always a bad thing until it starts to hurt you negatively. We've seen quite a few texts handed out to the River Lions this year. Royce White goes 0 for 2 on that trip. River Lions can have the last shot if they want it. Under 10 to go now. Ziglinski takes a look. Calls for Lewis. Ziglinski, a nice shimmy there. Last second three. Bounces, but it won't fall for Sammy Ziglinski, so it's a 6-point deficit for Niagara heading into the fourth quarter against the London Lightning. They trail 81-75. A good quarter by the London Lightning coming out of the gate. I feel that's the first of the 3 quarters tonight, Zach, that London's gotten to play their own game.
Well, London outshot the River Lions 27-20 in that quarter, and we saw too many times that all of a sudden the pace would pick it up. River Lions would be on their heels defensively. They'd be rushing down the court offensively, feeling like they have to match what the London Lightning were doing. And when you do that, it really just creates problems for yourself. Better to stick to what you know how to do, execute your offense. Don't feel like you need to respond to what London is doing. And so they're stuck 6 points here. They're outscored by 7 in that quarter, but not too late. You got 12 minutes to play here, and you want to make sure that these 12 minutes are River Lions basketball.
The only issue with the River Lions right now would be the foul trouble. We saw a couple fouls in that quarter that, you may or may not agree with, but that doesn't make any difference when you look at the stat sheet. It's 5 fouls for Sam Muldrow, 5 fouls on Josiah Moore, 4 on Kirk Williams Jr., and 3 on Chris Common. So, the bigs racking up a lot of fouls in this one.
And Josiah Moore and Sam Muldrow, those are your defensive anchors. And so for both of those guys to have 5 fouls, 1 away from fouling out, it's going to cause problems for rotations down the stretch here. And Kirk Williams Jr. and Chris Commons, of course, such important parts of this River Lions team, already both with 3 and 4 fouls respectively. So we want to make sure that everybody's able to stay on the court and contribute the way that this coach, Ross Nicole's coaching staff wants them to.
81-75, Niagara trailing the London Lightning. First of 2 matchups with the Lightning this season, this week here at the Meridian Center. Matchups number 5 and 6, 6 and 7 on this season. I got my numbers all out of sorts.
Matt, we've been talking about the curling tournament coming, the Bond Spiel, coming to the Meridian Center this week. The River Lions are on the road for 26 days. They're not going to have to after this 7 games, they won't have to face the London Lightning for quite a while too this season. 7 games against the Lightning in their first 16 of the season. After that, a big break against the Central Division leaders.
Oh, without a doubt. And you got to think that's something the Riverlions are really looking forward to. It seems like every time Niagara gets some momentum as far as a win streak or anything comes, it's the London Lightning that are standing in their way. So we'll see how they can do here in the fourth quarter. 81-75 is the deficit. London starting the fourth quarter with the ball. Singleton, Herring Jr., Cadogan, Royce White, and Marvin Phillips for the Lightning on the other side, setting the lineup for Niagara. Kirk Williams Jr., Tyler Murray, Sammy Zaglinski, Marcus Lewis, and Chris Commons. That kick out, no good. A foul called there on Kirk Williams Jr.
Come on.
Kirk was very quick there to keep himself under control.
Well, that's Kirk's 5th foul, so now you've got 3 key Riverlions with 5 fouls apiece.
Marvin Singleton at the line now for the Lightning. Singleton perfect on the season from the charity stripe. So he makes it 6 for 6 on the year. Second shot coming for Singleton. Singleton makes 2 for 2 on that trip, and Sam Muldrow will come back into the game. Here, Kyle Julius shouting instructions to Royce White. Look who's covering you. So you had to think Royce White's going to try to draw a foul now on Sam Muldrow. Strategic coaching as that ball stolen by Doug Herring Jr. Herring Jr. to the net, can't get the shot to go. Marcus Lewis battling for the rebound, comes down with it, looking for a foul there. A little surprising he didn't get one as he's hounded now. That pass to Chris Commons out of his hands, back the other way comes Marvin Phillips. Oh, surprising, no foul there on Marcus Lewis as he came flying up the far side.
They are draped all over him on that possession.
Phillips, the three-pointer there. That one good over Muldrow, and just like that, it's an 11-point game.
Phillips with 13 points. He's a perfect 3 for 3 from beyond the arc tonight.
Phillips was 6 for 8 last time this team was here. Zaglinski to the net, tough layup, gets it to go.
Looks like it's heading down and ground and pound for the Riverlions the rest of the way here.
Phillips got Muldrow watching him. Phillips to the net, kicks it out. White to the corner. Singleton the 3. That one way off. Chris Commons with the board, gives it to Zaglinski. Sammy Z takes a look, step back jumper. That one off. Nice job there by Chris Commons to kick the rebound out. Marcus Lewis cuts, takes a look, step back 3. That one off for Lewis. Doug Herring Jr.
Not a lot of ball movement those last couple possessions for the Riverlions. Sometimes you can tell with this team that if they get down here, like they're stuck 11 points with 10 minutes to go, 88-77, that each of them feel like they have to, score all 11 points in one possession or get all of the points back themselves. So really important that they continue to do what's been working well for them all game tonight, move that ball around the court.
Foul going there to Marvin Phillips. Joel Friesen and Ryan Anderson checking into the game now for London.
Joel Friesen looking focused as he checks back into this game.
Zaglinski on the inbound from the Lightning baseline. 14 to go on the shot clock. He'll go up top to Muldrow. Right back to Sammy Z. Big step by Commons. Zaglinski goes the other way. Murray for 3. That one off. Tyler Murray had a big 3 in the Riverlions win over London in the season opener. Royce White will take it to the net himself. I believe getting a piece of that one with Sam Muldrow. They're going to call goaltending on Muldrow the second time around.
Tyshawn Patterson is going to check in for Tyler Murray.
Patterson just 6 minutes, 42 seconds so far here tonight, but he's one of those energy guys. He can put up a lot of points in a short amount of time. gets hot very quickly, a microwave type player. Three-pointer there by Muldrow. Basket doesn't count. We're going to call the foul there on Ryan Anderson.
The River Lions always seem to find themselves in this position towards the second half, so they really need to get locked in and not give up.
The London Lightning on a 9-2 run. This game was 81-75 after 3 quarters, and the London Lightning have jumped out on a hot start here to start the fourth.
Pick and roll there. Commons down low for Patterson. Gets a couple pump fakes. No foul there. Rebounds up. Muldrow comes up with it. Lewis wide open three. Knocks it down.
What an incredible difference that makes. That's the River Lions with just 4th offensive rebound tonight. The London Lightning already have 12. It's a big second chance opportunity for the River Lions. That's their just the first 3 offense or second chance points they've had all game.
And again, that was great effort from Muldrow. You can see he's definitely helping tonight.
Royce White gripping his thumb on his left hand. I'm feeling a little bit of discomfort. He's saying he's okay, But not something you would want to see if you're a London Lightning fan.
3-point foul on Marvin Phillips there. I believe Marcus Lewis picked up the foul. First free throw for Phillips drops.
Lewis, 29 points tonight on 10 for 16 shooting, 4 for 8 from 3-point range, 6 rebounds. River Lions just 1 for 5 their last 5 3-point attempts. They were 11 for 22, now just 12 for 20. Now just 12 for 27.
Marvin Phillips, 3 for 3 on that trip.
You know, it's been both teams not necessarily the most successful from free throw range tonight. London Lightning just 58%, River Lions just 54%.
Commons, because Lewis circling up top doesn't go to him. Looks to play ISO on Marvin Phillips. No foul there on the reach by Phillips. Commons to the net, can't get it to go. River Lions aren't getting any calls their way. Marcus Lewis, a desperate effort there to keep that one, but nonetheless it'll be London ball. Perry Jr. to Friesen.
Ross Lecole pleading his case after it looked like Chris Commons was reached all the way around and grabbed onto. Not the case, says the referee. Play on.
Phillips will fire a 3, knocks down another one. Marvin Phillips, dead-eye from long range.
4 for 4 tonight. He's 4 for 4 from 3. He's 5 for 5 from the free throw line.
He came back and people questioned, does this guy still have it? He's been such a great player in this league. I think it's pretty evident that the big dog has still got it.
It's amazing how with his size he can manage to perfect those 3-point shots.
Joel Friesen fires a triple offensive rebound there by Phillips. Friesen to the net, passes off. Ryan Anderson finishes.
With a couple of good ball moves, it's a 16-point lead for the London Lightning. Things slipping away for the River Lions here in the fourth quarter as the River Lions are being outscored 15-5 here in the fourth, 42-25 in the second half.
7:41 remaining here in the fourth quarter. First of 2 matchups this week between the London Lightning and the Niagara River Lions. Second one coming up on Thursday, 7 p.m. here from the Meridian Center. Zach Dadson, Serena Kogali have got that call and this call. The River Lions find themselves in a pretty big hole here now in the fourth quarter. Down by 18 points, 98-80. Fourth quarter has been all London to this point, as they've outscored the River Lions by 10, 15-5. Leading the way, it's Marvin Phillips. He's got 21 points for the London Lightning, but Royce White has 20 of his own. 15 points from Ryan Anderson, exclusively off the three-pointer. 16 points from Anthony Criswell. On the other side, it's Marcus Lewis with 29 points. Kirk Williams Jr. has 17, but he's sitting on 5 fouls and 13 points for Sammy Zaglinski. 7:41 remaining. It'll be River Lions ball out of the timeout. Smart timeout by Gross Lecole. Seeing London starting to get on a run, maybe hoping to halt this one, see what they come out with out of the timeout.
It's been a tale of two halves for the River Lions tonight as they held a lead in the first half. They were moving the ball all over the court, a ton of assists, really getting everybody involved. Great three-point shooting, and in the second half, things just kind of slipping away here, especially in the fourth quarter as London really steps on the gas.
Guys, if Tom Brady can make it happen, we can make it happen too.
Lewis on the inbound gives it to Ziglinski. Ziglinski pressured by Friesen. Down low to Commons. Commons posting up, puts the shot up, blocked by Royce White. Back the other way comes White now. Pulls a move, poked away by Commons. Back the other way comes Patterson to Ziglinski.
There we
Ziglinski, pump fakes to three. Lewis misses the dunk.
It's like Marcus, there's a lid on that bucket, cannot get 30 points. Big effort there, but great look for Lewis on some two crisp passes. That was Tyshawn Patterson to Ziglinski. Ziglinski inside to Marcus Lewis. And wide open. When you move that ball around, the defense is going to break down and you're going to be presented those opportunities.
That dunk attempt is just about how the fourth quarter's gone for the River Lions so far. Commons will fire a three, that one way off. Doug Herring Jr. now directing traffic, 18-point lead for London. Put off to Ryan Anderson. Royce White posting up, blocked by Sam Muldrow.
That's block number 3 tonight for Sam Muldrow.
Marcus Lewis fouled on his way to the net there. Muldrow with 3 blocks. The River Lions with 3 blocks on Royce White exclusively.
It's a block party tonight, guys.
Sam Muldrow with 3 blocks. Chris Commons getting it done defensively. He's got 2 blocks. He's got 10 points. He's got 5 assists for a big man. So really great job by Chris Commons getting the rest of his team involved, getting it done inside on his own, getting it done from beyond the arc on his own, and getting it done for everyone else too. Another quiet night for Nadir Tharp, though, still not really finding his role on this team. Had a couple good moments and looked like he was well in control. That's a guy that could bounce the ball around, keep his head up, look for plays to develop. But nothing going tonight. He's got 0 points, 0 shot attempts, 0 rebounds, 0 assists.
Inside pass to Phillips, another block by Muldrow.
Oh, that's 4 for Sam Muldrow. Welcome back to the Lions Den.
Muldrow now fires the three.
I was going to say, that was almost a quintessential Sam Muldrow play. Huge block on the defensive end, come down, and the guy's 6'11", spot up for a three-pointer.
I could have only imagined what this crowd would have done.
London not going for the inside shot there. Now to the net. Royce White passes off to the corner. Anderson. Herring Jr. now far side. Friesen's got a wide open 3. He'll fire. Knock it down. You can't leave Joel Friesen that wide open.
Joel Friesen, 4 for 8 from deep tonight. London Lightning taking 38 three-pointers. They've hit 18 of them.
Chris Commons now. Up top to Muldrow. Ziglinski pump fakes the 3. Takes a look at the Muldrow. Circling around now. Patterson, nice ball movement. Gets the 3 to go.
Nice ball movement. Excellent job by the River Lions firing that ball around the arc.
River Lions need a stop here. Phillips will fire a 3. Another one from Marvin Phillips. This guy's red hot.
Lightning back to nearly 50% from beyond the arc. They're 19 for 39.
Marvin Phillips seems to like the Meridian Center. Another 3 there from the former London Lightning, Tyshawn Patterson.
Okay, Tyshawn. Okay.
White working on Muldrow, goes to the net. No foul, hits the hard shot to go. They're just going to call the goaltend there on Muldrow as he touched it as he was on its way through. Anthony Criswell will come in now. He'll take off Marvin Phillips.
With Phillips being out, River Lions really need to take advantage right now.
We're down by 18. Time is ticking. Definitely not on the River Lions side. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
That's
fourth
right.
Quarter.
This is the chance, Serene. Marvin Phillips, he's got 24 points leading the London Lightning tonight. And I can't get over that. 5 for 5 from deep. What an excellent job for the big man.
Marcus Lewis looking for Muldrow down low. That one tipped away, back the other way. Come to Lightning, Ryan Anderson to the net. Nice pass off to Doug Herring Jr. Bobbled that one. He'll divert. Anderson fires a three, knocks down another one. London feeling up from 3-point range.
Ryan
tonight.
Anderson, he's got 6 for 14. London has hit 20 3-pointers tonight.
Zaglinski kicks it out. Patterson for three. He's made 3 in a row.
Just like that, what was a quiet night for Tyshawn Patterson quickly turns into 12 points.
You know, once he gets going, he's a major threat.
Criswell slams it home.
Criswell's got 18 points of his own to go with 7 rebounds, doing it so efficiently with 7 for 9 from the field.
Zaglinski takes a look. He's got Muldrow heading down low. Couldn't find him.
Yeah, Sam Muldrow, cut after the pick and roll, but Royce White stayed right with Sam Zaglinski to cause the double team and almost forced the turnover.
Patterson to the net, passes that one off, picked off by Royce White. He'll come back the other way, 3-on-1 now for the Lightning. Royce White, nice fake pass.
Royce White looks left, passes right.
A big man with that kind of skill should be illegal, It looked like he was going to go for the behind-the-back pass, and it went the other way. That ultimately led to the foul to Zaglinski's second.
So Kirk Williams Jr. checking back in. He's got 17 points tonight with 6 rebounds and 4 assists, but also playing with 5 fouls, which has limited his play down the stretch for Gross-Lacolle. It's put some Gross-Lacolle in some tricky situations here, managing Kirk Williams Jr. with 5 fouls. Josiah Moore hasn't seen the court since he picked up his 5th foul, and Sam Muldrow, of course, playing with 5 fouls himself.
112-91 now after the first free throw. Second one coming for Doug Herring Jr. He makes both on that trip. He's 75% on the season. Zaglinski working on Herring Jr. Double teamed up top. He's got to watch the over and back. Got it off in time. Kirk Williams Jr. posting up on Royce White. Baby hook gets it to go.
Great job by Kirk Williams Jr. 19 points on the night. 10-point game. 20-point game.
Herring Jr. kicks it out, freezing for 3. Knocks down another one. London looking like the Golden State Warriors out there now, 21 for 41.
London outscoring the River Lions 35-16 here in this 4th quarter.
Zaglinski, a couple of nice moves. I'll head to the net, passes that one off. Chris Commons battling his way, reverse layup, can't get it to go, no foul.
It's a disheartened River Lions team on the court. Things did not go the way they wanted to here in the 4th quarter, being outscored in the second half, 59-36.
Zaglinski to the net, draws the foul, but I don't think it was a shooting foul, but it looks like he's getting set to step to the line. No, it's going to be on the near sideline. Zaglinski trying to figure out what's going on. So are we here at the broadcast table. Zaglinski thinks he's shooting. The official thinks he's inbounding. Royce White not happy as he heads to the bench.
If Royce White, obviously a little bit unhappy with his performance and how he's been treated on the court tonight, but if I could be unhappy with a night where I scored 22 points, 11 rebounds, and collected 5 assists, I'd be doing okay.
Long 3, desperation 3 there by Zaglinski, doesn't fall.
Nadir Tharp checking back in for the River Lions. It looks like he's going to take off Sammy Zaglinski.
As much as I hate to say it, this is a good time to get Tharp in the game as well. Get him a little bit more run. You're down by 23 points now at this point.
Well, and he's got 5 zeros across the board, so an opportunity for him to start to contribute a little bit tonight.
Up top, Anderson. It's a tough way to start. Ryan Anderson feeling it from 3.
Where was the help on that, guys? Why was he fully open?
Ryan Anderson, 7 for 15. 15 3-point attempts tonight for Ryan Anderson. He's hit 7 of them.
Nadir Tharp off to Sam Muldrow. Tyshawn Patterson pump fakes. Goes around, his man kicks it out. Kirk Williams Jr. for 3. Knocks down another triple.
He's got 3 of them his own. River Lions, it's a really interesting night. You look down at the stat sheet, you've got shooting 46%, River Lions shooting 45% from 3-point range, which is incredible considering the team's just 28% on the season. 60% from free throw, not what necessarily want to see, but a good shooting night for the River Lions. They're keeping pace with London, just not getting it done on the other components of the court, and you look up and it's a 23-point deficit.
Under 2 minutes remaining now, 1:47. These teams will be back at it on Thursday here at the Meridian Center in St. Catharines. Doug Herring Jr. gives it off to Junior Cadogan. Cadogan now to Anderson, catch and shoot. That one doesn't fall. Lewis, long outlet pass for Williams Jr. Three-pointer there, no foul on Tyshawn Patterson. Back the other way comes Criswell. Easy slam for him.
Well, that's a tough defensive assignment for Kirk Williams Jr. flying back, trying to cause a little disruption. When you're playing with 5 fouls, no opportunity for an intentional foul.
Kirk Williams Jr. pump fakes the three, now takes a look, working on Singleton, loses them. Mid-range jumper for KWJ doesn't fall.
It's a 40-point quarter for the London Lightning. 40-21, they're outscoring the River Lions here in the fourth.
Cadogan. Up top, Criswell knocks down a three. This has got to be some kind of record for three-pointers in the game. I don't have the stat in front of me, but London now.
Well, 23. Yeah, 23 for 44, shooting over 50% from three-point range.
Doug Herring Jr. comes down with the board, under a minute remaining now. Big set up top by Criswell. Patterson trying to guard Herring Jr. He'll fire a three. Knocks down another one. Lewis stopped, no shot clock. Kirk Williams Jr. will fire a three. Knocks one down of his own.
17 three-pointers for the River Lions. It's so tricky, you know, a night when the River Lions have shot better from three-point range than any night this season, only to be shown up by the London Lightning, going 23 for 44 from three-point range. It's a 28-point lead win for the London Lightning. There's a lot of opportunities for improvement here as the River Lions face the London Lightning Thursday night back here in the Lions Den.
A better game against the London Lightning. First 3 quarters they hung in it, but once again it was the strong fourth quarter by the London Lightning that ultimately led to the win. River Lions dropped this one 127-99. Now 6 games in a row, the River Lions unable to reach the 100-point plateau. From Outlet Tour, Zach Dadson, Serena Okogali, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you Thursday. Have a safe night, Niagara.